Hi everyone, it's Eshna, and today I'm going to be talking about some tips and tricks on how to pick up choreography faster when you're in a class. Just an introduction, when you take different classes from different instructors, it's natural that they're going to have different teaching styles, just like dancers have different learning styles. And there are certain tactics that us dancers employ to make the most out of this learning experience in a typical 1 to 2 hour class. We'll go over some tips on picking up choreography, what specific things you should pay attention to as a dancer, and how to make the most out of any class experience. First rule is to observe first, try next. What this means is that the visual processing plays a key role in our memory of the dance. We're most likely to remember the steps when you've seen them and heard them on music a couple of times. This allows you to see what the person is doing, the instructor is doing, or maybe they're adding something different than you'd want to add, or maybe they're adding something that you'd not want to add. So just observing those qualities of the dance and seeing what you can add yourself and what needs to be done. The second rule would be to break apart the movement. So this means that while you're learning the choreography, learn the movements from maybe top to bottom or bottom to top. So maybe learn the footwork first. The third rule would be to notice what the instructor is adding that's not a part of the choreo. So, like I mentioned before, everyone has a different dancing style and a teaching style. So maybe they're adding like a different head or like a head to the right, but you don't want to do that in the dance. The point of a class is to not have everyone look the same. It's for everyone to showcase the style that they're comfortable with while dancing. So what marking means is doing the choreo not full out or not 100%, but doing the movements just minimally to ensure that you understand the steps and the timing. So although it's not recommended to do this all the time, of course, but it's important when you're just learning so that you don't tire yourself out and just so that you can take the choreo in. Now let's move on to how to make the most out of any class experience. The first rule would be to make yourself noticeable, whether that's wearing a bright shirt or doing your hair different, whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to even take the front row of a class because the instructor is there to teach those who need the learning, not those who have exceeded the learning. Dancing in front of the mirror is intimidating, but just remember that no one in a dance class is watching you specifically. Other dancers don't have the time, frankly, to judge you and watch you while dancing. So you're all there for the same purpose. So don't feel intimidated. Just remember that you need to focus on yourself and your own growth. The third rule would be to ask the instructor questions. This is perhaps the most important because A, it makes you noticeable to the instructor, B, it enhances your own experience and brings clarity to steps, and maybe, of course, different people have the same questions. That is all for the basics of picking up choreography, and these are just some basic tips, but if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out.